All right, I'm Jackson Hoehn. I play baseball for the Floyd Central baseball team, and I run JHTOOKIT. I mean, I've always been like athletically inclined. My dad kind of got me into sports. Being a Yankees fan at a young age, like watching those kind of games, I liked watching baseball. Played all sports growing up, but enjoyed baseball the most, and so that's what I've stuck with.
And what made you think, like, hey, pitching is something I kind of want to go forward with?
Carlos Rodon. Watching him a lot growing up. I mean, he's nasty. Him and Kershaw, both, I mean, they're great pitchers, and so it's like, I want to be like them. You know, they look, pitchers are the guy who gets the ball, pitcher and catcher. Of course, being left-handed, I can't catch. So being a guy who gets to touch the ball every play, I think it's really meaningful.
Now, do you think sports kind of contributed to your, like, affinity for media, or was that something else?
I think so. Like, I used to consume a lot of sports media and just like take it for the actual sports that it is, and then coming here as a freshman and being in radio TV, starting to understand and gain the perspective of how to shoot video, and starting to see the videos for not only just the sports and like the actual video that it is, but how it was shot and like the details of it.
Would you say you had any like specific inspirations growing up that made you think like, hey, this might be something I might be interested in doing?
Not growing up. I would say a couple years ago, I found somebody on Instagram. It's like the JRH Media. He's a Instagram page shot for Texas A&M, and all his stuff was super cool to me before I really knew how to do any of it. And so it's been cool now to learn from stuff that he does and try to base some of my style off of his.
Now, what is like the feeling been going from like just starting out this page to kind of like being like well known around the school and things like that?
I mean, it's awesome having a following and stuff. Like, I always saw guys like Walker, Jacoby, where he's got Legacy Sports. You know, I like in radio TV, I was calling the game, the Jeffersonville football game that he got hurt in, and then he picked up a camera. Carly a couple of years back, now she's at UK doing pictures and videos, and so like that kind of stuff has been inspiring to me.
Now, do you find it like helpful to be like knowledgeable about kind of like sports when you're going there? You kind of like have a plan or something. Do you think like that knowledge has helped out?
Absolutely. I think knowledge isn't imperative, although like it's definitely helpful because you kind of know what you're doing and know what to look for. But I mean, there's always planning that goes into shooting. I don't just show up and press record. Like, it's, you know, you gotta have a shot sheet and other things like that.
And how important is it to you, or just like in general, do you think that students are like multifaceted? Like, you can play sport and you can also do media and do something else?
I think it's really important to be well-rounded, just as an individual in general, whether that's media and sports or you're doing band and something else. If you're going to be like a really smart kid, like, don't just specialize in one thing.
And have you found it like difficult at all to kind of like balance your time between like playing sports and maybe editing or something like that?
Absolutely. Of course, during my rehab for my injury last year, I love to like shoot videos and stuff like that, and a lot of that had to go on the back burner because a lot of times I've got to throw or I've got to go lift, and so figuring all that out and balancing school schedule, it's not easy, but you get it done.
Did you find it kind of like almost mentally tough coming back from that injury? Like, you were down for the count and then you had to like work your way back up?
Absolutely. All injuries are sometimes more mentally taxing than they are physical. You know, that's where most of the battle is fought, because, you know, your rehab, like, your work is cut out for you. You just do what your physical therapist tells you to do, but kind of staying locked in and knowing what you want to do most versus what you want to do now is really important.